Greetings everyone. Summertime is here, so 'tis the season for tax reform. The Tax Restructuring and Equalization Task Force is officially underway. The task force will hold meetings across the state to discuss the state budget structure. The league will be there every step of the way. Watch for updates in Friday Facts, our social media channels, and our website. Why does state tax reform matter to cities? Well, here's why. State and city tax systems are interrelated, and state action could have a ripple effect on local government. Let's discuss why. You've heard of the three-legged stool of tax policy: property tax, sales tax, and income tax. Well, here's a fun fact. No government in Utah actually uses all three legs of the stool. For example, the state receives 100% of the income tax. The state constitution dictates that all 100% of the income tax goes to public and higher education. Meanwhile, the state imposes a 4.85% sales tax, and all of that revenue goes into the state general fund with flexibility on how to spend it. The state has earmarked a chunk of sales tax for transportation and other infrastructure. The legislature can adjust the income and sales tax rates at any time. The state does not impose a property tax for state revenue. Thus, the state of Utah relies on two of the three legs of the stool, plus the motor fuel tax and an assortment of other taxes and fees. Now let's talk about the city level. First, we impose a property tax. We can adjust the property tax rate so long as we comply with truth in taxation and other state requirements. Fun fact, cities only make up about 14% of an average property tax bill. On the sales tax front, which is the second one, every city and town has imposed the state-authorized 1% local option sales tax. Cities on their own cannot increase that rate. The 1% is a city-imposed tax that we share among municipalities according to the 50% point of sale and 50% population formula. Counties and cities have imposed other sales taxes that the state has authorized specifically for transportation or for the arts and recreation, and some communities qualify for additional sales taxes based on unique conditions. Well, what does the 50-50 mean? Well, when you buy lunch at the T. Rose Diner in my hometown of Murray, 4.85% of the sales tax goes to the state. The county gets their share for transportation and the arts. Meanwhile, Murray City has imposed the 1%, but only 50% of that stays in Murray. The other 50% goes into a statewide pool. Every community then gets a portion of the second 50% according to their population. Thus, if I'm a resident of Holden, but I eat in Murray, Holden Town will get a percentage of the sales tax generated in Murray according to Holden's population compared to the entire state. The 50-50 formula thus seeks to balance all types of communities. Finally, cities do not receive any income tax revenue. Thus, cities, like the state, also rely on just two of the three legs of the stool, plus the motor fuel tax and an assortment of other smaller taxes and fees that the state regulates. Phew! If the state makes changes to property tax, sales tax, or the motor fuel tax, those changes could have a ripple effect on the budgets of 248 cities and towns. Like the state, cities and towns seek sustainable revenue in order to provide infrastructure and services to the residents both of today and tomorrow. Even though the focus of the task force is initially on the state budget, we all have the shared objective of fiscal sustainability. We are excited to collaborate this summer, respect the roles of the state and local governments, and focus on that shared outcome of fiscal sustainability. This party is just getting started. Keep us posted about your thoughts on tax reform. And remember that government closest to the people governs best.